First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to God. This is something I always want to thank God. I just want to start with my videos by saying thank God. And I know this, the reason why I'm thankful is just because I'm thankful that I didn't have the option to live like this trash involved in this. They failed in what they were wanting to be presented as, right? Because the reality of what a lot of these perps are part of is that they involve in a program where human subjects are being utilized, and a lot of terrible things that happen to men, women, and children in this program as they are a test subject. Target individuals are test subjects. We deal with technology from the Defense Department that are very advanced. And the reason why they're utilizing that onto us is just to improve on the efficacy of this technology. The technology comes in all shape and form. There's what I mean by that is, let me just be specific. This technology can attack your body, but also attack your mind, right? And so the mind portion is where it's hard to even believe it, because what do you mean by the mind? Literally, they've been developing technology that can alter the mind and control the mind, change your thought process, change your perception, make you think the way they desire you to think. And utilizing this technology in a weaponized way. So they make you have these experiences in ways that are degrading to break you down. It's how to break you down psychologically. But also can target your body, make you feel pain, handicap you, disable you one way or another using this technology that targets your body. And then there's another layer to that. They also construct a group of individuals that's always around you. It's like an ecosystem they put you in. That whole ecosystem is supposed to help with the psychological breakdown. As this technology that can manipulate your brain, the clowns that is within the ecosystem, I call them clowns, but they call them perps, are supposed to make you identify with how you're being manipulated with this technology. Right? That's their job. And they want you to identify with the persona they've created using this technology that can manipulate you. And so there's like this system of the technology, which is weaponized, that attack your psychological, mental, just rewiring your thought process in your brain in degrading ways. Then there's also the technology that is damaging your body in regard of health and physical ability. Making you a disabled human being by a very slow process, right? Very slowly doing that. And then there's the layer of this external environment that is designed to make you identify with this manipulation. They are fucking low life trash, and they do the brainwashing. These trash are like the brainwashing kind of. They work on the brainwashing tactics, basically deflection, disorienting, fear tactics, the same repetitions, reinforcing the manipulations, all of that, going through the systems of brainwashing, making noise campaign, all those things that you hear a lot of time, theatrics of some nature, behaving in certain ways in order for you to gaslight you and to identify with the manipulation. And also they create a facade. One thing is this perps trying to make you think if this is a different group of individual that are avenging, protecting, making you believe a false reality that is supposed to cover up the reality of what this is about. The reality of what this program is about is they do this to men, women, and children. It's a program that developed technology that is weaponized and is ran by governmental entities. What they're presenting to me, for example, is like they're just some fierce protectors of the community, avenging, protecting children and women, and all this bullshit to try to make you identify with these manipulations. It is foul. And they're clowns and trash. Now, what you're seeing here is, I'm so thankful I got to hear the testimony of a woman like Meagan, because it just destroyed the facade of this trash. The reality of what they do to men, women, and children is horrible. Meagan is a target individual, but unfortunately for her, is a target individual who, for her, most of her life has been horrible. And today, as a grown woman, she deals with a lot of this like direct energy weapon system, handicapping her, disabling her, giving her a lot of pain. Pain that she described here specifically are pain that she feels on her neck, back, and head, which is the same things they do to me, or they tell me they're slowly making my spinal cord just kind of this aligning them. My spine is just being changed slowly, though it's a slow process. My neck too, and my brain. I can feel the damage, and I know they've been telling me I'm gonna have some serious migraines because of what they've done in damaging my brain, right? And that's what she is exactly describing right now. She's talking about pain in her brain, in her head, her neck, and her back. And she talks about the pain that she's feeling there, and she speaks about this direct energy technology, right? And you're gonna hear her say that specifically. And so the people that were supposed to be presenting these things to me are like, yeah, we're doing it for this, we're doing it for that, we're this and that. When the truth is just trash involving a program that's thanks to even women like her. And when I mean women like her, unfortunately, as a child, this woman was raped and molested by her father, and other things have happened to her, and she believes she was being trafficked as a child. And today, as a woman, this is what's happening to her. I mean, the stories of this woman is just literally erase the facade in ways that just the facade that's presented to me by these clowns who are supposed to make me think that this is anything but a massive government doing that to me. This trash are low life, and they tell me that's they're gonna dare to have children pretend they get raped because this gonna be daring because they are here protecting disgusting trash. It's that low life shit, and I'm glad that this trash growing up in this foulness. And right now it's a lot of them trying to negate the obviousness of what they're involved in, and I like the fact that this is what life is for them, of just blocking out. Can you imagine what it does to one's energy to put effort to negate what they do to women and children? I want nothing. I love that for them. I love that this is what consumes their life right now. I love that. I'm telling you, there's no way life is gonna be okay when you're like, no, that's not real. When they are here just trying to block out the fact that this is what they do to women and children. Man, I pray that they live this foulness of a life for the rest of their life. I do. Trashy shit, and they wanted to do these things in this fashion of presenting themselves as they're just a fierce, daring group of feminists when they coward low-life trash involved in a program that's torturing babies. And I truly see them as that. When I heard her testimonials, they would start making noise campaigns, slamming things, thinking that the way they think they can block reality is the way they behave. They think that if we act this agitated and aggressive, we're gonna block out the the disturbing things we do to children, to women, like her. And it's so theatrical, but they know the hatred I have for them is real. Now, to negate that, so what they love to do is just to rewire my thought process and manipulate me. So what you're saying here is an ad that came from below the YouTube ads. And they did a few things to manipulate me. First of all, they have this ways of rewiring your thought process. They start making me imagine of this random dating profile woman who's a doctor. Making me imagine being romantic with her, to get my mind to be in a sexual state of mind, I guess. And then I look down, I see this child, and they just kind of rewire me to think about the child instead of the woman they were making me think about. That was initially what they did. And then now when I'm looking at this child who's maybe 12 years old, like a preteen who's about to be a teen. We're at 12-ish, between 10 and 13, around that age. Try to make me now look at her in ways that's sexual. Try to make me perceive. They play with perception in so many ways. This technology is definitely very precise in the ability of manipulating you. Meaning that they can manipulate you in ways that it's just so refined. Meaning that they if they want you to look at a child in a specific way, they can do that. They want you to look at this child like an adult. They can play with your perception in ways that you can't even understand. How are they even able to do that? And then turn it back to normal. And then they use the trash around you who's supposed to gaslight you, who make this nose campaign. They are doing this, like, yeah. And matter of fact, they're making me think of her braces, and make me think on the woman who had braces, and try to like create this like connections in that fashion in my brain, and try to use fear tactics with nose campaign. And they were doing that to negate the fact that I'm now hearing this testimonial of this woman who just today, that was a video released by her today. Today her video was released, talking about her pain, and not only her pain that's physical, but her psychological pain of thinking of what happened to her as a child, the PTSD that she talks about. If you go through her videos, you'll see what she's talking about, that she really hoped to get help from, basically therapy. So this trash, just the anger that they, unfortunately, the reality they put together to paint themselves as these avengers and protectors of children, is just trashy, falsified reality. When reality did the opposite of that. They involved in a program that's torturing women who've been molested and raped and abused as children, and also torturing children. They know what they involved themselves in, but they wanted to paint the fantasy reality of what they are. It's so disgusting how people can be entitled to think that if we present this facade and we act in rage, somehow the reality of what we're in is going to be disgusting trash. And you just give anger to the target individual. In the case for me, it just makes me gives me rage. Like, these people are in this thing. And for me, I love the fact that reality is in their face in this fashion. For me, they just rewind my thought process, alter my brain, make me think. They can make you reason in ways that is basically just rewired in such a dumb, not even illogical, nonsensical way for you to identify with these things. Right now, they make me think of somebody who did this thing, who was raping his sister when he was like, just to try to make me identify with this persona. To make me think that, oh no, we're just doing our research that is now consisting of manipulating you. Yesterday was so bad, they were making me think of me when I'm like in 5th grade. To make me think and then falsify memories of, I remember that girl, Gigi, remember when Gigi, right, falsifying. And I'm looking at a picture of like a school picture, I'm like, can you imagine falsifying memories of that nature? And they'll be like, now, we'll face now. I'm like, you retard. Because they try to negate the reality that one day I manipulate my brain to have these experiences is not something they're just researching. They're researching on how to alter your brain and make you think in certain ways. The efficacy of this technology consists of the efficacy of how to efficiently manipulate you, alter you, and make you identify with this manipulation. What tonality, what behaviors are going to work in regard to making you identify with this? What door slamming, what honking, what noise campaign is going to do the job? How we should be talking? Trashy low life. What torture is going to help this? Never. Target individual. One, don't identify with the way you're being manipulated, or the way they try to manipulate the reality of what they do. They involve in a program that tortured children and women. Some of those women were abused, molested, raped as children. And today, when it comes to me, I deal with the manipulation, which a lot of the target videos I've mentioned, which are this pedophilia type of torture. And they want me to think, no, there's something because we do that research, and when you were like this age, you did this, you experienced this. We falsify a lot of my memories as a child. Oh no, but remember what you did as a kid. It's like bringing up an impulsive act of a child in middle school. Try to exaggerate that. So today as a grown man, when I'm being manipulated, like, no, it's part of that research. And then bring up stories of other people, what they've done, the horror or the extreme things they've done as children to try to make me acceptive of this manipulation. Because they involve in a program that does these things to women and children. And they do that to children and women because they're test subjects. But they do this because they want me to perceive them as the protectors of children, or as the protectors and avengers of women. And so it's a lot of mental control and manipulation and thought process being manipulated in certain ways to make me think they're making me pay. trash. This low life deserve to pay for what they involved in, and I will never identify. They deserve to die.